I've had 3 solid attempts on my life. I've had 2 kids. I've done 2 documentaries. I've been on 3 news channels. And I'm still here to tell the fucking tale. And all them were coming at me. I've watched them go to jail, watched them be shot dead, watched them get exposed for being nonsense, watched them exposed for battering women and shit. This, it's great. I've always been the true one in all this shit. All the ones that were lying in it, they're getting exposed. And it's great to watch. Why? Because when they were doing this to me, it's weakening me. So when they're targeting me and ruining me, it's weakening me inside, dampening my spirit all the time. What's happening now where I'm seeing him get attacked, him getting nicked, him going through court proceedings, him getting put in jail, him getting up, all this, that weakness that it was making me, it's now making me strong and strong and strong and strong. So I'm back to the strength I was at when they started attacking me. Do you get what I'm saying? So I look at them now and look at them the way I used to look at them. Gang of weak, perverted, shithouse rats. That's how I always looked at them from the get-go. When I'm sitting facing James English, I'm looking at a weasel, and in my mind I'm thinking, this little weird weasel, what is it with him? Get what I'm saying? They're all strange creatures, aren't they, when you think about it? If you pull him out of his podcast and put him over there and assess him, you're dealing with a fucked up smack rat who sold his arse when he was younger. That's what James English is, a rent boy. That's what he was back in the day. This isn't hate. That's his career. He was a little fraudster. Rent boy fraudster he was. Serious. That's another reason why his fucking family went on the toes. Why? Because he defrauded some young girl. Stole her credit cards and robbed all the dough and done mad shit. Frauded her. That young girl's found out, went and told her dad. Her dad's went round to England flapped, cried, called his uncles round. And his uncles have killed the girl's dad. That's another example of him being a dirty little scumbag fucking rat. And that's truth. That's fact. It can all be confirmed up there if you find the right people. So here's what he is, like. He's a full-blown fucking wrong in that English, mate. He's been able to disguise it, boss, hasn't he? What? Living off on the back of people to listen to him. Without people to interview, what is there of him? When he done my first interview with me, he was sitting at 60,000 subscribers. After my first interview with me, he had 270,000 subscribers. He'd gained close to 250,000 subscribers just on the back of my first podcast. My first podcast with that rat, in 3 weeks, was at 1.2 million views in 3 weeks. And that was the power he had on social media. That was the traffic that was coming my way. I was naive. I didn't have a clue. I'm fresh out of jail. Social media didn't exist. They weren't naive. When they've seen their numbers, they've known what they've got their fucking hands on. Me. And straight away, will you take part in this, Darren? Will you take part in that, Darren? Will you do this? Will you do this documentary where we go to Spain and we all take ayahuasca and all this? And I'm saying, yeah, go on then, yeah, I'll do it. Naive as a fuck. But when I started clicking on that, this fucking wrong and he's doing shit to damage me, I start pulling the plug on it all. So as soon as I agreed to something with him back then, see this ayahuasca challenge, you do it, Darren, do it. As soon as I've said yeah, that same hour or 2 hours after me saying yeah, he's gone and made a thumbnail. You know, a thumbnail, what you put on your YouTube. Within an hour, he's made a thumbnail and put my face at the front and then put a few other people's faces alongside me. So you had like Yami B, you had other people like this that had agreed to go on this ayahuasca documentary that he was making. But I was the name, I was the traffic. So straight away he's throwing thumbnails up, boom. Darren G, ayahuasca challenge, getting pure attention for it, loving it, loads of people are interested in it, all subscribe and wanting to see it. He does another one, Darren G in a Christmas special with the prison officer, meaning that Samworth, I've agreed to it, he's done the thumbnails, everyone's looking forward to it. I clicked on that, he's a rat dead fast and went, I'm not doing none of these with you, you fucking... So I've pulled the plug on him, and that's it. Since that, all the mad shit's been kicking in on me. Stays up like that. So he just started, as soon as I pull that, he's had to take the thumbnail down. He's had to take this down. So the interview I was meant to do with that Samworth, because I'd pulled the rug on it, he's went and got Marvin Herbie, the same kid that tried to cancel me with them. So now you've got an interview out there with Marvin Herbie and the prison screw. That should have been me having the interview with the prison screw, but I pulled the plug on it. The ayahuasca challenge that he was convincing everyone he's going to do, he's never done and he doesn't intend to do. Why? Because it was only me that was making that opportunity possible for him. You get what I'm saying to you? When I pulled the plug on them two and many other little things that he tried to get me entrapped in this book contract where they'd give me $5,000 for the whole story. And any documentary, any films, any other books, they'd get the dough for it. And I pulled the plug on that and he didn't like it. You know it? And he just hasn't lived it down since. And if you go and look at his platform, every single fucking year he's targeting me to keep himself relevant. They only elevated on the back of my energy. English, Herbie, Danny Christie and others. The only reason they got popular on YouTube, Daniel Christie and all these little weird rats, is because they jumped on board with English targeting me. And I had all the traffic, and anyone that come at me at that time was getting 1,000 followers on YouTube in 24 hours. That's what it was like. Serious, I'm not lying. There's witnesses. There's loads of people was watching it. Because they invented this bullshit surrounding me, and they called it the YouTube wars. So now, I've got Atwood using me, I've got English using me, I've got this other nonce using me, I've got Dougie Joyce, I've got all these weird fucking woman-beating wrong'uns using me, and I'm the only one that's not gaining from it. I'm getting cancelled from it, and all these are elevating, getting thousands of subscribers. And you know what thousands of subscribers is, don't you? It's money. So that's what happened, lad. Dickheads, aren't they? All them Englishes, them Kinahans, they're all gobshites. Like Robbo, innit, Robbo? Look at the kip of you, lad. Born and bred Londoner, via Dublin, proud white European. Just calling yourself a European. It doesn't make you a proud Irishman, you soft bastard. Get out me life. Fucking idiot. Get Mickey Boyle to where you're in, you fucking gobshite. Mad, aren't they? There's a reason you're in London and not Ireland. Shithouse. Okay. Innit? All these Irish dickheads coming over here thinking they're fucking solid. There's a reason why you've landed over here. Because you were a victim and you've had to leg it. Don't land on these shores thinking you're hard. Fuck's sake. It's pure, proper, solid Irish kids. But a lot of them have landed here because they're shithouses, mate. Straight up. Straight up. Yeah, you see Dougie Joyce and that? Tell them to go back to Ireland. Holy fuck. Why? Because you probably got Joyces in Ireland that have nothing to fucking do with them. And they'll fucking punish them for disrespecting the name. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got travellers, and then you've got Irish travellers. Am I making sense to you? So all these people look at the Furies like that's a proper Irish setup there. Is it fuck? That's more English travelling. You can't put them Furies in the same contacts as the Gilherneys from fucking Ireland. You can't do it. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not hating here. It's a valid fucking fact, mate. The majority of the travellers in this country that call themselves Irish travellers, they're fucking English travellers. Why? Because they were born in England. You've got proper Irish travellers, proper ones, that travel the world and then return back to Ireland when they've been whatever they're doing. They're the proper travelling community. The ones that return back to Ireland. The ones that are situated here. They can call themselves travelling communities, but they've never fucking travelled. Yeah, they've travelled England, is right. Them travellers from Ireland, they've been to America, they've been to France, Germany, Italy, all in a caravan, and then returned home to Ireland. They don't go to Wales and then back to Manchester and say, we're travellers. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Are you on it? Do you understand where I'm coming from? As I say, the Fury Travelling Brigade will hate me for saying that. Who the fuck's he telling me we're not travellers? It doesn't matter that you bought an old fucking bus carriage from travelling days. It doesn't make you a fucking traveller. Yes, see Faz, Joe, Jota. Straight up facts, lads. Truth hurts. I'm admitting the cunt targeting me. I don't give a fuck, mate. The truth hurts. If it's hurting you, it's a byproduct. It's not deliberate. It's not intentional to hurt you. But if my truths are hurting you, fuck yeah. Don't give a fuck. Do you get what I'm saying? Of course you do. So was that your answer you wanted for about Dougie Joyce? You know, you came in multiple times. I think it was like 30 requests until I mentioned them. But you got what you wanted. Is that what you wanted? Do you not like what you hear because it's truthful? Would you expect me to start writing his mum off, his dad off, his cousins, his sons, his daughters? Would you? Got rapid recovery saying my nephew is inside now doing a 32 stretch. And this is why I scream, choose a life, not a knife, lad. So more nephews like yours don't get fucked up and get 30 wrecks. And if all these fucking rats who've tried to cancel me would have just left me to do me fucking message, I would have had a 10 times more major impact on loads of fucking lads who are doing 20 and 30 wrecks now. I got out. I was in Liverpool 218 and I'm screaming this at the top of my lungs and it's having a massive effect. Loads of kids are turning their back, loads of kids are not participating and they're all staying away from the jail. Do you get what I'm saying? Loads of them. They all come in, cancel me, my mind's took off the ball. You're watching young lads getting lifed off all over the gaff, bam, 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 bam. You know, when I was in the city delivering this message, go and look at the stats. The stats will tell you, mate. When I'm in the city of Liverpool, I'm not lying here, and you can go and check the fucking stats. Go and check the stats from 218, 219 and 220 in the city of Liverpool when it comes to gun crime. Go on. It's only one person targeting fucking gun crime and it's me in the whole city. And you'll see the impact he had on by how many offences were happening. So I'm not lying, as soon as I leave the city and it just starts popping off again, bang, 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 you're hearing people letting shots off all up, windows getting shot in again. Why? Because I'm here screaming, you're a grass. If you have a problem with someone and you go and shoot their house up, you're a snitch. And you can't get away from it. You can't get away from that. So when I'm screaming that at the kids, stop being snitches. If you've got problems, deal with it where the police aren't getting involved. They're all starting to think to themselves, he's fucking right. If we're having a problem with him and then we're going to shoot his house up. What we're doing is bringing the police into the situation. Before you shot that house up, the police didn't have a fucking clue. You know, you could have murked him and walked away, but you're a shit house and you went and shot his house up. Now the feds are all over it and they're just waiting for one of you to get murked. So when I'm coming from this angle of observation and telling them the facts of what they're fucking doing, they all stop doing it. You never heard no house was getting shot up for a couple of years in Liverpool. All of a sudden, it's back full flow. And that's because of the absence of someone that was screaming at the top of his lungs, this is bullshit, what you're doing, pack it in. That's facts, mate. Ba-da-bam-bam. Kids would listen to you before teachers, I know. And they don't like that. The people with the authority don't like people becoming more authoritarian than them without trying. It was the same with the gangsters years ago. Years ago, before our generation, the generation above us, not the Dirty Farleys and all them. The generation above them, they're like the Joey Platts, Joe McNally's, Tommy Gildays, them sort of people. They had the authority in your community. So if there was a problem with that old woman's house and someone, she'd go to my man at the end of the road and go, someone's tried to break into my house. Within an hour, he'd find out who it is, and the kid's being slapped up, and there's been an apology and everything's there. Everyone on the estate could leave the front door open, knowing quite well them smackheads wouldn't come on the estate and touch the houses. Why? Because of my man. And the police didn't like it. So what they've done, so they could secure the authority. You know, police had no work to do. Why? Because no one was ringing 999. Didn't need to. Why? Because the gangster family at the end was making the estate safe as fuck. There weren't no crime. Yeah, there's drug dealing, no crime. No nannies getting robbed. No doors getting burgled. Do you get what I'm saying? None of it was happening. The police didn't allow it. Why? Because that gangster family had more authority than them on this community. So they come in and deliberately targeted these moralistic gangsters that had your estates locked down. Took them out the picture and let shithouse rats like the Farleys and the Lows fill the spaces. Now you've got smackheads kicking your neighbour's door in, robbing everything off them. Why? The gangsters that should be preventing it are the ones supplying the drugs to them. The gangsters that should be stopping it are being put in place by the police to feed them all this crack and all this smack, which makes all that shit go off its barnet. Now the police are wanted. Now the police have got a job to do. Now 999's getting called all the time and they're getting used regularly. Now there's more crime, we need more bobbies. Now we need more bobbies, we've got a bigger firm. The more crime we have, the bigger our organisation is. The bigger our organisation, the more we can do what the fuck we want. And that's what you've got with the police these days. Pushed all this shit so it drives up the crime, so it drives up the policeman numbers, and now they're doing what the fuck they want to us. And the damage is done. That's why they're starting to reduce the drug supply. That's why they're starting to reduce the public houses on your streets. That's why they're starting to use legislation as a legitimate way to shut all the public houses down. Why? Because the drink and drugs have done the fucking damage they wanted them to do. Now they're shutting them because they don't want no more damage going forward. The communities they wanted to destroy through drink and drugs have been destroyed and they're being replaced with foreign people. Now the plan they set out is rolling. They don't need drink and drug abuse no more. Why? Because the communities they target are broke. They don't have to break them. They're breaking themselves now. Look at our communities. You've got families living each other. The sons have killed each other. What's that off? Drink and drugs. Look at that girl with 3 kids. No fella in the house. Drinking drugs. Look at that mum whose son's being murdered. Look at that mum whose son's lifed off. They live round the corner from each other. What's done that? Drink and drugs. What made your ma and dad punch the fuck out of each other to the point where you got took into care? Drink and drugs. And yous all think drink and drugs come into this prison. What? Through the sky, dropped into your community? They were deliberately fucking planted and encouraged to be used. Why? So they can get the end game we've got today. All weak ass men fucked off drinking drugs. All dangerous lads fucked off drinking drugs in jail. It's the end game. While all them men are fucked off drugs, while all them men are locked in prison, all these foreign men are setting up shop in your estates, opening up corner shops, opening up kebab houses, opening up this, that. It's overtook. You soft twat sitting in jail while our girls are being abused by foreign fucking men. I'm a soft bat in jail, not realising what the fucking done to us. While we're in jail, you've got all foreign men rolling through our estates, committing worse crimes than us and getting left to do it. You had us getting persecuted off OSD, while that Polish firm that had just come in through the European gateway as shift and pure mad shit, getting left alone. Our doors are getting took off its fucking hinges. Our cars are getting took. Them Polish lot there are just getting left to become the biggest organised crime group in the city, and they're not getting touched. The natural born organised crime groups are getting shut down by the system, while he let these European crime groups flood the fucking country and get notorious and powered off it. Now, every country's scared of the Albanians, every shit's scared of the Kurds, every shit's scared of the Turks. You haven't even got an English outfit to scare their own fucking people with. On purpose, all of it. They've done the same in Ireland and used the dirty fucking rat Kinahans to do it. You're just not grasping it yet. The way they use the Farleys to flood our communities with fucking drugs and destroy us. They use dickheads like the smackhead Kinnan dad and his fucking sons. Why? Because Davy Lowe was a raging fucking smackhead when he got the authority to distribute crack and smack into our communities. Fact. True. That's how they've done it. They took the non-smackhead notorious fucking people out and replaced them with smackhead and crackhead drug dealers. And that's who flooded your community. Dublin's fucked. Crumlin's fucked because of the Kinahan family working with the feds, pushing pure swag into your estates. That's why Ireland's fucked now. No other reason. Well, as soon as they found there and being chased by the real fucking Irish, chased them off the land, sent them over here. It's like they were working for the system here as well. Flooding and killing the community off. It's where it all starts, mate. You know, it weren't just a police thing. It was the gangster and police thing. That's whose community off. That gangster family there, that's never done pure jail. The whole family's got everything they've always wanted. Never had the doors kicked in, and if they did, they got a little slap on the wrist. It was more of a public show that you're getting targeted like everyone else. All these get 10s, you get a caution. Get what I'm saying to you? Got Joe Carl, Ireland not full settle. How can you call yourself Irish and tell yourself that Irish isn't through drugs and drink? How can you tell yourself that lie? Go and look at your court. Go and look at your jail system. Go and look at every kid that's been dismembered and had his body fucking buried. It's not because the IRA didn't like them robbing fucking cars. Do you know, right? It's not that shit no more. You know, the IRA tried to contain this shit from destroying the fucking place. They couldn't. Why? Because the police worked alongside the fucking drug dealers and targeted the fucking militants with the drug dealers. Same in this country, like, honest. You got Joe Carl saying they started it, did they? I know who started it, mate. I was around the men that was taking the first bundle of drugs into Ireland when I was a kid. This one man, I can't remember his name, but he was a main head in Ireland, in Dublin. And he'd come to Tommy's, and my bird at the time, Kate, Tommy's daughter, used to call him Uncle. Uncle Paul it might have been. Thick-set fella, black hair, pure Irish. He's gone back after coming over, sorting his thing out. He's gone back and being wigged by the IRA. He got wigged for bringing drugs in by the IRA. The IRA might have tapped into it later. Why? Because it's like every criminal organisation. If you're not tapping into that, you go missing. Any organised group back in the day, if you didn't tap into the drug trade, you were finished. Why? Because the people that were tapping in with drug trade would be too powerful for you. Money, firearms, all this shit that comes with it. Too powerful. So even when you've got these militant groups, whether it's the UVF, IRA or anything in between, all of them have had to participate in it. It's like in your estates years ago, you never had drug dealers. You had armed robbers, you had pavement robberies, you had fucking society robberies, you had big expensive bingo hall burglaries and shit like this. This is what you used to have. And then drugs came in and you had these little weasels dealing drugs and making pure dough and not getting jail. And if they did get nicked, they'd get a little 12-month slap on the wrist and right back out to make money again. Why was they giving all these drug dealers lenient sentences? So they could not deter more drug dealers to get involved. If you want to deter people from committing crimes, like if you'd done an armed blag, you'd get 20 years. You'd fuck your life up. You sold a kilo of brown, you'd get 2. Why? It was all deliberate. Do you understand? All of it was deliberate. All of it. As I say, lad, doesn't matter. Years ago we're doing armed robberies. I was the same. I didn't sell a single fucking drug till I was 20. You had loads of kids selling for years and years around us. We'd commercial big off licenses and public houses. But we'd end up getting jail. And we'd go away and come back out, do another one, get a couple of grand, and then go away for another one, 2 months, come back out, another touch, nicked. In, out. And as we're doing that in, out, we're watching all the little shithouse, weird fucking rats buying big expensive cars, never getting nicked, never going to jail, never having busies bursting off the doors. So it was encouraged for every criminal to participate in drug dealing. Why? Because you got lenient sentences and it was dead hard to get convicted or caught. So all these big major armed robbers went, fuck that, getting 20s for this when I can tap into this here and not getting nothing. And that's what happened. And that's how they took the serious heads out. Got them into the drug game and nicked them in the drug game. They couldn't nick them doing Securicore vans. They couldn't nick them doing societies. They couldn't nick them on the pavement when they're taking the boxes off them. They'd never get nicked. The minute they started getting into that drug world, all these major powerful criminals that they could not get their fucking hands on, they're all getting nicked. Do you understand what I mean? Most of them criminals never got nicked for fucking decades. Tap into this shit, the amount of snitches and informant that goes on there, no one's safe over there. Everyone gets pinched. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be Curtis fucking Warren, top of the fucking chain, and you're gonna get pinched. Why? Because it's full of fucking snitches. All of it. Not just the lower levels or the middle, from top to fucking bottom. You've got paid informers in there that's been in there for a decade receiving 50, 70 grand a year off the feds. And they've just sat amongst you, sit with you, picking up information and relaying it to the handlers and shit. Serious, Liverpool's awash with it. Most of them people that are calling me a snitch, listen to this. This is the fucking truth, mate. Majority of them people that's calling me a snitch, they've had me in jail. Serious? It's mad, mate. Fucking mad, man. It's all fuck-ups, mate, it's what they are. And they think, just think about it, like, you've got these drug dealers on your estate that come from nothing. The police know you when you fucking come out your ma's fucking gangs. They know you. So how the fuck now are you, 25 years later, sitting on your estate with a 50 grand watch on your wrist, 100 grand's worth of cars up the path, an extension, a conservatory, big double gates on your house? How are you pulling that off, kid? I'd buy a car for 5 grand and my ma's house would get ripped to fucking bits. How are you sitting there with £250,000 worth of cars up your path and you're only 35? They've been watching you rob cars since you were shitting fucking yellow. How can you explain yourself, kid? How are you getting away with that? I buy a car for 20 grand, the police are going to the peddler who bought it off, asking them to make statements against me. These buying cars for 40 grand, not even getting sniffed. Serious, lad? That's what it's like, mate. You need to start questioning, how the fuck have you survived dealing drugs for the past 60 years? How have you not been to jail? Do you see anyone else pulling that stunt off and being successful? As I say, lad, you had the most advanced, intelligent criminals you're ever going to come across tap into the drug world and get caught. Why is that daft motherfucker there not getting caught? This armed robber here, when he's tapped into it, he hasn't went out and bought himself a big load of assets and put it on display. Why? Because he's a clever. He's got his dough banked, it got himself a little blender. He's not letting you know he's in the drug game. The snitches are letting you know he's in the drug game. So this criminal, taking pure precautions not to get caught, gets caught. That snitch over there, not taking any precautions. He's not hiding his assets. He's not putting his dough here, anything like that. He's just Blato. Why isn't he getting took out? There's reasons for it. And it's all iffy. None of it's legit. None of it. How have you got a club in town when my man's just got a 20? How are you all over them observation videos where all them have just got double figures, but you're able to get a licensing fucking agreement on a boozer down here a year later? How are you doing that? Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to get on the fucking programme, lad. Honest. There's snitches everywhere, and there's one way of finding out who the snitch is amongst you. Go into your depositions, look at your CCTV stills, where they've got yous under obs. Right? They'll have yous. When you've been nicked on a conspiracy for firearms, explosives or drugs, they'll have CCTV and they'll have still images. And the still images will show you every one of your co-conspirators together. Every one of yous. All these have been nicked, but he hasn't. Not one hasn't got nicked out of all your co-conspirators. Here he is on an image with yous. He's on the image with yous. Never even got ragged in with yous. Go and look at your deps. Yous have all got them. I'm telling you, you serious organised crime groups within yous, you've got this little plant. So look, use people from Anfield. You might have heard me screaming about Wheatman being a snitch. You might have heard me screaming about Anthony Christian being a full-blown informer for the law. If you haven't heard about me, you've heard it now, and it's all true. Why? I'm on a murder trial, and there's all evidence in this murder trial. And one of my colleagues is Anthony Christian, which is Wheatman's cousin, which is Wheatman's dad's nephew, right? And Anthony Christian at this time is living with Wheatman and his dad Tony Christian. So we're in court now on this murder trial, and the prosecution's spitting all this evidence out that only someone could know if they was round us. So we're in the courtroom and the prosecution's screaming all this shit, but what they're saying is we don't want to tell the defendants the witness's identity, and we don't want to have the prosecution witness cross-examined in the courtroom because it might jeopardise future court cases and future investigations. This is what they're saying. So we're on a mad murder trial here, and the judge is having none of it. So you want me to allow this evidence into court without the defendants having a possibility of questioning the honesty and the truthfulness of this statement, the integrity of the witness? I'm not allowing that. So this is what the judge said. It's 11 o'clock now. I'm going to adjourn for lunch. We're going to come back at 2 o'clock. If you don't disclose who your witness is at 2 o'clock, I'm going to acquit all these defendants. So now the prosecution are in a bit of a catch-22 situation. Why? Because you've got me, you've got Yinka, anti-Christian, you've got Sanjay, no it's not Sanjay, you've got Mark Richo, and you've got Bonehead. That's the Codees. So now they've got an ultimatum. Disclose who your informer is, or these are going to get acquitted. So we get sent down, we're on our lunch break. Some of us go for legal visits. Some of us go, you know, when you go on your lunch break, you'll go out, you'll have your legal visit. Some of us will go for legal visits. We all went for legal visits actually to see what was happening. And then we all got, time's up, you've got to go back to your cell, we're doing the roll check. So we all come back to our cell, we get put in the same old cell, but Yinka's not with us. Anthony Christian's not with us. So we're just thinking, he's still in the fucking legal room with his barristers and this. An hour goes by. Next minute, the door's getting open, court shoutages. Where's Yinka? Oh, we don't know. Screws. Where's Yinka? Oh, we don't know. Where's Christian gone? Oh, we don't know. Okay. We get up into the dock. Yinka's still not with us. Barrister comes over. They fucked. Acquitted fucking Yinka without us knowing. Took him up in court by himself and discharged him out the case without us knowing. Now we're in court and the prosecution standing up and tells us straight Tony Christian has been informing on us for 2 years. He weren't getting the information from us, but what was happening was Wheatman and Yinka was coming round us, going back home and speaking to their Tony, and Tony's speaking to the police and telling the police everything these are doing. So now we're in the dock and it's just being exposed that Yinka, the one who we lived with, is the informer. So Yinka was informing on us to his uncle, basically, and he got acquitted out the case. That's why he got acquitted. He was smack bang guilty. The evidence against him, you were getting a guilty on him. They let him go because he was a snitch. Straight up. Now here we are years later, and I'm aware that Wheatman and his family and his dad snitched on us, but I'm not raising that. I'm not screaming at that at anyone, nowhere. I'm back out in society now on the estate. I see him all the time and I know he's a fucking wrong one, but let's just, you know, let's not raise that shit. I'm in a different world. Next minute they're all calling me a grass. I'm a grass because I'm screaming on drug dealers. Not mentioning no drug dealers' names. But now you've got Wheatman running everywhere, spraying grass, Darren G this, and I'm going, oh, you soft fucking bastard. Video, Tony Christian's a snitch. Grassed on us in our murder trial and he's been in for. Now they don't like this. Oh, they're all calling me a snitch, but now Thomas Christian, Anthony Broad, all these fucking dickheads from Breck Road thinking they can try and bully me. Why? Because I've exposed their bloodline of being a full-blown fucking snitch. Do you get what I'm saying? I couldn't handle it. So that's why it all kicked in with Thomas Christian and all that shower of shites. Why? Because their uncle's a full-blown fucking grass and he still lives on County Road now. right facing the Halfway House pub. Where you've got the Halfway House pub, you've got a little block of flats there. The first floor, his windows always open, his blinds are always drawn back, little fat baldy fella with glasses. He's a full-blown snitch, and he's living smack bang amongst all sorts of grafters and that. Serious, mate. So now we fast forward, and before it's all hit the fan, I'm sending messages and that to this Cashman and that. You carry on thinking you're a fucking mad, you're going to jail. I mean, Liam Cornett, the Carrolls and that, because the Rowney estates are billion or little billion all this. Pack it in or you're going to jail. Choose a life, not a knife. Pack it in or you're going to jail. So this Wheatman's around this firm, and I'm on it. And I'm saying to my little Billy, Wheatman's a snitch. Make sure your boys know he's a full-blown fucking wrong. Because at this point, I'm not screaming it. So now here we go, 10 years forward, after like 8 years forward, all the madness shit, and an operation's being took down. And it's been this Liam Carroll, you know, the kid that was running round the lamb for the Kinahans and Liam Byrne, doing all the madness, trying to come at me, Jack Farley and all these dickheads. And a few kids from Voxy. And I'm looking at the images, you know, when they're under obs. When you're suspected of bringing ffirearms and murders and all this, you've got a different type of squad on you, right? It's NCA on you, so they get in close. And when they're close, I mean, they can get ear to you away and record you and video you, and you won't have a fucking clue. And this is how close these people, this NCA, got to the lamb and his firm. Now I'm looking at the images, and you see them all, and I spot Wheatman. And every image that gets released, you know, when this lamb's case is getting put in the court in the Liverpool Echo and all the information's coming out and all this, every fucking image that you see on that fucking operation, Wheatman's smack bang in the middle of them. Every one of them got nicked in that operation, but Wheatman. Wheatman had been nicked, that I know, full aware of. A door's being kicked in, where he's just got a parcel delivered to him. He's got scales in front of him, he's chopping these things into bits. He's got a firearm next to him. 1 second, please. He's got a firearm next to him. This is when the lamb and all this is under observations. They nick him and 47-3 bail him. Get what I'm saying? This is what I'm up against, like. Now if you go and ask them kids off Foxy to go through the depositions and go into the undisclosed, because a lot of these kids are daft as fuck, and the defence prosecutors protect the grasses and informers just as much as the prosecutions. So you might have Nigel Power and you're on this mad offence, and you might have a snitch in your thing, and if you're not aware of it and bring it up to Nigel Power, he won't tell you. He won't say to you, I've become aware that you've got a major link in your fucking firm and he's snitching on you. He won't say it. Get what I'm saying? So what you've got to do as a defendant is request your undisclosed list. And in your undisclosed list is where the snitches hide. Anyone is hidden in this undisclosed list. And a lot of yous, when your defence is coming, you'll get all these depositions and you'll get told, oh, this list is what they're not using. So you just discount it. This is what they're using against you as evidence, and this list is what they're not using, so we don't need to arse around with this. And the only way you can access this list, this undisclosed list, depends on what you've said in your defence statement. So if you're aware there's a snitch in your system, in your conspiracy, and it's not mentioned in your depositions, but you're convinced it's going to be mentioned in the undisclosed, you're convinced there's some sort of evidence in the undisclosed that can back up there's a snitch, So what you've got to do in your defence statement, you've got to turn around in your defence statement and say, I didn't commit this crime. I believe there's someone lying about me in this crime. I believe there's someone trying to harm me and get me charged with this crime. I don't know who the person is, but I believe they're involved in this case. Now, what the police and the defence have got to do automatically is anyone in that undisclosed that said shit about you, they've got to tell you about them by law. So if you write in your defence statement, I believe there's a snitch in this, I believe there's an informer, I believe there's someone associated of mine that's sharing intelligence with the police, you can put that in any single defence statement for any single crime, and they've got to answer the question. They've got to tell you. If you put that in your defence statement, regardless of your crime, you know when you're going into interview or you're going into courts and you've got all your paperwork and they're saying we need your defence statement, whatever your crime is, if you put in the crime in your defence statement, I believe there's an informer, I believe someone's trying to harm me by telling the police lies, they have got to tell you, guaranteed, whether someone is implicating you in crimes. That makes sense?